Okay, so you know what would be really cool, but also take like 2 weeks to do and make me go insane? Making a custom dimension in Minecraft. It would also be really cool if you were to subscribe to my channel, but you know, I'm just saying, you know, if you wanna, you can do it. Anyways, let's continue with the video. Now, how am I going to make a custom dimension? Well, I think a good place to start is by taking an existing dimension and then finding a place there that isn't really used and then just turning that into another dimension pretty much. And it just so happens that there's a place that fits pretty much all of those requirements already in Minecraft, which is the Nether Roof. Now, I know that a lot of people travel to the Nether Roof for easy Nether travel and stuff, but listen, right, that's not an intended feature, so I'm just gonna ignore that for the time being, because I'm too dumb to figure out another way. Although I will still add some new custom structures to this dimension, so that'll be fun. Also, I just noticed that looks like a smiley face. Is that just me that thinks that looks like a smiley face? You know what, I think I'm just gonna leave Mount Rushmore to itself right now, and instead start working on the portal. So then the way that you're gonna make the portal is that you're gonna have a tinted glass block that you're gonna throw 1 ender pearl, 5 echo shards, and then 1 dragon's breath on top of. And then it's going to turn into the portal with destroying all of the items and the tinted glass block. Alright, so now the portal is finally finished, and it actually looks really cool now, so if I just throw the items there, then this is now how it looks and sounds. And so now that I constantly have creepy sound effects in my ear, then I can start actually making the portal system of the portal. So first I'm gonna add in the scoreboard FL portal, that's going to be a dummy, and by the way the FL stands for Flatlands, which is gonna be the name of this dimension. So then now if I go close to the portal, then as you can see the scoreboard starts going up. Okay, so when you go in here, then it counts up, and then you get teleported, which is exactly what I want. It's perfect. And then when you come here, then you saw that the scoreboard there did go up, but it's like it didn't teleport me back. But if I now go back, then it doesn't let me. Okay, so I just had an idea on how I may be able to fix this. Because like my plan for the Flatlands dimension is that it's going to be like completely flat, but then there's gonna be like constantly enemies trying to kill you and stuff. But you're going to be searching for a temple that I have already built here in my test world. And no, it's not the castle, that's the temple. And what I can then do is that I can have like a portal in here or something. But if I'm going to put the portal inside of the temple, then I first have to make the temple be inside of the actual dimension. And to make the temple be inside of the actual dimension, I have to make the actual dimension.
1 eternity later.
Alright, so now all of the command blocks are in. So now if I go through, I haven't actually tested this out before, and my game might crash, but... Okay. No. Nothing's happening. Oh! Oh! Okay. But why aren't there any entities? What? But like why? It's not meant to be working! Okay. So then now onto generating the temple. So then first I've just put in these 3 command blocks. So this one basically just summons in the armor stand the first time you enter the dimension. This one teleports it around to a random location, max 150, on average 100 blocks away from you, and then this one is going to then just summon in the structure. And I haven't added in the portal yet, and yeah, there are quite a lot of temples right now just because I've tested so much, but if I go in here, then I open this barrel, then that goes up behind me, and there's an armor stand in here, then I can detect that. So then, now everything is working, and this has taken, no joke, 3 hours. I'm gonna go take a nap. So now after a lot of tweaking, and also some rebuilding, and also a lot of coding, then now I have finally sort of maybe fixed the temple. So now instead of the temple just being on the ground, then now it's on this like pedestal thing, and I think it looks a whole lot cooler now, and it also kind of forces you to like bridge across and stuff as well. But then I think that's actually the generation of the temple finally finished, and like Okay, I know this probably is like 2 minutes in the video, but this took 2 days in real life to do this. 2 days! This is probably like the biggest project I've ever done, but yeah, so now it is at least finished, so that's good. And then yeah, now I can finally get onto the actual ambush that's going to happen once you enter the temple. If I now open this barrel, then now the gate closes and 6 skeletons spawn in, all named temple guards. They've all got some armor. There's still a lot more that I have to do with the ambush. So now, I think the next thing that I'm gonna add is, I think, just some particles and sound effects for, like, when they get spawned in. Because, like, now, like, currently, they just kind of spawn in there without much of, like, anything, you know? I have quite a lot of ideas for, like, different particles and sound effects to get your attention like that. So, yeah, montage time, I guess. So now all of the particles and sound effects for the ambush are finished, and I actually forgot to press record when making the montage, so actually I had to re-record all of those clips afterwards, but yeah, anyways, now it looks and sounds like this. So that's then the actual ambush finished. So then onto what happens after the ambush, which is going to be that the exit portal gets summoned in. Now I haven't really like figured out a spot for where it's gonna get summoned in, but it's gonna be somewhere like around the temple and then you can leave. So now I've just put in a command block that just summons in a portal whenever I kill all of the guards here. So then now if I just kill all of these guys, then as you can see, it just gets summoned in like that. And so that's then finally the ambush finished. So now I can begin working on the special item that's gonna be in here. And yeah, I think that's gonna be pretty interesting. Why didn't I go through the portal? Why is that not working? Okay, so now I've finally fixed it so that I can go back to the overworld. And this was actually surprisingly difficult to do, because originally I was just gonna like teleport you, back to the entrance portal, but then it would spawn here, and then before it could do anything, then it would just teleport you back again, so I couldn't really do that. So then my second plan was to just teleport you to the coordinates of the portal in the Flatlands, but just, those coordinates in the overworld. But since the Y level is 160, then you would just fall to your death. So then I didn't really have an idea. So now what happens is that if I now go through, and then if I now go through this portal, then now as you can see, I just spawn back here. So yeah, like this is at my spawn point, or just the world spawn, because I haven't set my spawn point, but yeah, it is at my spawn point. And so now I can get to work on actually making the loot for the barrel, and I've actually already made it even before I made the exit portal. But then here in the middle, it is a knockback stick, which originally this was going to be a like custom item that I was gonna make, and it was going to be like a really cool weapon and stuff like that. But I'm gonna be honest, I've been working on this creation for 5 days now, and like that is more time than I spend on like most of my videos, both recording and editing it. And I haven't even begun editing it, and there's still so much that I gotta do. So I'm not going to make a custom item. So then onto the custom enemy that I'm going to add, which is basically just gonna be a phantom, honestly. Like it's gonna have the phantom AI, although it is still gonna have like custom like particles around it and stuff, and also custom spawn mechanics. But first, let's just begin on working on the actual design of the enemy. Now, originally, I was actually planning on spending quite a lot of time on the looks of this new mob, because, I mean, a new mob, like, I want it to look cool, but then I got the brilliant idea. Okay, and hear me out on this. Dust cloud. See, this is how creativity thrives, okay? You come up with a stupid idea, and then you go with that stupid idea, even though it's a really stupid idea. And then, now there's a dust cloud here. So now, as you can see, they spawn in around me here. and then if I just go into survival mode, then yeah, they go and try and attack me. And then yeah, they do deal quite a lot of damage though, since I wanted them to be like, I want them to be pretty powerful, but if I now just put on some diamond armor, then they are still like survivable, I think. So just, okay, here's one. Then as you can see, like, they just deal like 1 heart of damage, so like, it's still survivable. Now, there is also one more feature that I put in, that is basically just a different, like, despawning mechanic. So of course, if you wander too far away from them, then they will still despawn. But I also made a feature that here, after a random amount of time, then they just kind of disappear. Now, the reason why I did this is because if I didn't do that, then they would just constantly stack up, since, like, you wouldn't be able to kill all of them in time. And with the dust clouds now finished, then I think that's then actually the whole dimension finished, and this has taken, like, weeks to do, and is by far the most complicated command block project that I've ever done. So then now, to finish it off, then I will do a full run in survival mode in the Flatlands dimension to see if I can go in and then get out with the knockback stick. So then now I've just gone through the portal. Okay, the spawning is a little bit weird. And then now, where's the temple? And there it is, okay. So I have set it to be 100 to 200 blocks away. So that seems to be like the correct distance, although I might increase that later to make it like a little bit more of a search. Rude. Rude? Why is there already so many? There shouldn't be that many already. Okay, well now, let's just go over here and begin to bridge over. And then make sure, like I just despawned, okay. And then just make sure that none of them knock me off. That one also just despawned. I am almost across. One more block. One more block, there we go, okay. Now I'm across, then I can actually go into the temple and start, you know, the main thing. So then here is the statue, and then now let's, I guess, start the ambush, right? There we go, and then now not die. Don't die, come on. Come on, don't, they deal so much damage, Jesus Christ, I need to nerf them. I need to nerf them big time. Well, that wasn't really meant to happen, but I guess let's just go back in again. I did not expect them to deal that much damage. Okay, well, now let's just try and find the temple again. And then here, I think I can actually just, like, kind of cheese them like this. And then here there's even, like, some infighting as well. So, yeah, there is some, like, cheesing that you can do with this ambush, but, like, still, since it's apparently just the most impossible thing to do ever, then, like, you know, it kind of makes sense. And this is then the last one, so then I can go through the portal. Also, just remember to get all of the loot. And then, yeah, now, after I've just gotten all of this, there we go. Now, I can exit. And I'm back in the overworld again. So, it's definitely not the most content-packed dimension. But, I mean, it's my first one, okay? Cut me some slack. And yeah, there's also a lot of, like, tweaking and, like, nerfing and stuff that I have to do, especially with the ambush. But still, you know, I'm extremely happy with it, especially seeing it as, like, it's my first one ever. So yeah, I mean, all in all, I'm happy with it. I am gonna do some nerfing and tweaking and stuff off camera, though. But yeah, for now, this will be everything for this video, so bye!